meal.
Order number 47. Number 47, your order's ready.
Fourth Meal Podcast, welcome. We are back. My name is Vice. We got my boy Eric Dlux, DJ5. It's the HMC Podcast powered by Zen. I want you to subscribe, like, comment, screenshot it, repost, tell a friend. And on top of that, we got a code for everybody out there. All caps, HMC Podcast. You're going to get how much off?
Half off your first month.
Half off your first month.
For DJs.
Sir.
Hottest
DJs,
record pool.
Yo, not even if you're not a DJ, a producer, you could use this as well.
Instructors, trainers, whatever.
Whatever, you know what I mean? This is the spot. And we're over here just here to give you gems.
There you
all
go.
day.
Wow,
That
that's
was Vice.
that radio
Vice
experience right
Vice
there,
with the
man.
intro.
Wow.
Fourth meal. God damn.
It's tying into the question. You guys gave me the question before
right.
this one even started. So I was like, let me try and handle this one.
Well, glad to have you back, Vice. You
Yeah.
haven't left. We've recorded back-to-back episodes. But we're here.
That's right.
And we're back with some member questions.
Did I miss anything on the intro, though? We're good?
No, they're
Subscribe,
good.
like, Zen,
Screenshot.
HMC, all caps. Okay, good. We're good.
No
Move on.
space.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
space.
all cap,
Dang, no space. Forgot that one. Yeah.
And if you're listening on the podcast app, make sure you leave a little 5 stars.
Yeah.
Yep. That's big.
Review.
Comment, too, as well. Yeah.
Comment, you know what I mean?
Whether
That-
it's
that
good or
moves
bad,
us
just
up
tell
in the
us.
charts.
Yep.
You know? And
Let's jump
YouTube.
into it. Let's
Yeah.
jump
All
into
right, let's
it.
jump into it. We
Listen
got a
to this question. I
What's
like
the-
this one.
What's the one we liked?
I like this one right
There you
here.
go.
We'll do this one. This is from at DJ_Jose. JOZE.
Jose?
What's the best way to start emceeing and DJing at the same time?
Yep.
It's a
like
good
I
question.
just did. That was MC
That's a good
jump.
question because
Great
I
question.
remember Five would never touch a mic.
Hell no, I was scared as fuck.
And I remember when we all first started DJing, even like I followed, Vice and Echo and like right under the AM days, like
Yeah.
Early Hollywood. Like
Yeah.
Vice would do stuff that AM couldn't. And then like once Vice started getting super busy, I would be the plan B.
Yeah.
Like I'd
Yeah.
get in there and DJ Shelter, like the hottest clubs.
Yeah.
And like,
And I was doing
Paris and Leo, everyone's in there. And it's vinyl,
Yeah.
first of all. And then there's
wow.
no mic.
Yeah.
I don't
You're
even
right.
think they
didn't-
had a mic back then.
They didn't want a mic in that club.
It's zero mic.
No mic.
But,
no
but
mic work.
all the Hollywood scene, like back then, there was no
mic.
mic.
Yeah.
AM didn't rock the mic at the clubs. I would
No-
go to like
no
Las
chance.
Palmas and Garden of Eden days.
It was
and
all about DJing.
AD.
It was all about DJing and flipping genres. You're playing rock, you're playing funk, you're playing
skills.
Hey, you
Yeah.
just
Skills.
Speak
Just
with your
flex
hands,
your
right?
skills.
speak
Yeah.
with your hands for real.
Yeah.
So let's talk Vice first because I think you're the first one out of us to like adapt the mic. Aside from like me being a radio DJ early,
Right.
but I think even before that, you were already touching
the
the
mic.
mic. So let's see how you first got into that.
So, I mean, I grew up DJing weddings, and that mic skill is completely different. I grew up DJing weddings, quinceañeras, bar mitzvahs, like terrible house parties, everything you could think of that was like the parties to come up on. I DJed those,
Yeah.
and my mic skills then like were just the basic mic skills,
Proper
of
mic skills,
shouting
pretty much,
someone
yeah.
out or the wedding party or something
yeah.
basic and stuff like that. But that had nothing to do with the way when I got into radio. And when I got into radio, I remember I was super young, and when after my 30 minutes DJ set, they'd be like, yo, Vice, come in the studio, let's talk to you, yo, blah, 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 it's Friday night, DJ Vice, where are you gonna be tonight? And I was like, I'm just chilling, I'm hanging here, like that. And I was like, so bad. And I would listen back and I'm like, this is terrible. Wow. This is like such a bad mic. I was like pumping up no one, right? So,
But back then, growing up in LA, growing up listening to Power 106
Yeah.
and you guys and all the mixers, it was all about DJing. You
Right.
guys
Yeah.
wouldn't touch the mic.
We didn't touch the mic.
It-
There
it
was a
not-
host.
There was a actual jock or whatever
Yeah.
they call him, and then
Yeah.
and they would do all the mic work, and the DJ would just mix.
We didn't have
That's
to do it.
So
Yeah.
you didn't have to even learn. Like it wasn't a thing.
So for myself, and which I still preach this, like I got lucky. One of my friends was in LA and he was like trying to act and try to like come up and he was like, yo, you sound terrible on the mic. I listened to you and I was like, yeah. And he's like, you should go to improv class with me.
Oh, yeah.
You remember I told you guys this?
Nah.
So I took improv classes for like almost 3 years straight. Like I
Someone
was
told
in
me that
improv.
too, but
yeah.
yeah.
And what improv did for me was it helped me break out of my shell. Like I legit had a shell around me, and it like threw me in front of people and put me in situations and had to make shit up and like hold a pose and like
so what
make
do you
this
do
into
in
a
improv?
scene.
Like what? I don't know.
So like a perfect example at an improv class. Like, by the way, I was going to these improv classes in Hollywood, not even wanting to act. People would be like, yo, who's your agent? I'm like, I'm a DJ, bro. I'm not here to act. But my friend told me this would be good for me to be on the mic. Wow. So I'm like standing there, and like an improv class would consist of maybe, you know, you get up on stage and they'll grab your hands and put you in like a certain, you know, like form, right? And they'll be like, go. And you'd be like, all right, I'm hunting, I'm going through the woods. And you have to like just make up something off the fly in the way you're posed, and then start moving around. They'll go like, freeze. And then they'll freeze you, and then they'll throw like another, all right, go. And then you have to start making something else. Like, I'm carrying this big log and I'm going, and then someone else is in the scene with you and you're going back and forth, but you can't question each other. You only can compliment each other. Like, wow, that log looks heavy. Let's keep going. Let's jump in this ocean right now and hold the log. And you're like, oh, and you have to,
hold the
log,
but I was saying, so it was a way for me to break out of my mind and just come with shit on the fly.
Yeah.
And emceeing in clubs is that.
Yeah.
Because bottles are coming out and you're like, yo, and you just have to make things up.
You don't know what's happening in a night. Like, it's always gonna be different.
At all. So my strength on the microphone in front of crowds for radio and for street team, when we used to be on the Power 106 street team, was learning that through improv, which I never got an acting agent and I never did any of that, but it was my way to learn how to rock the crowd.
Crazy. Yeah, because I learned from the street team. And even when I first got on the street team, I was like the DJ on the street team.
Yeah.
So whenever it was like someone that didn't really rock the mic and I was working a shift with them and I had to rock the mic, I was scared, bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
And a street team, just so if you don't know what a street team is, Eric Dlux and myself were on the street team for a radio station at Power 106 in Los Angeles, where we would go out and do live events in front of listeners, and they would be standing there watching us DJ and have to rock the mic at the same time.
Give away t-shirts.
To give away a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Right?
Concert tickets.
Yo, I didn't know how to do any of that.
And we could literally set up a tent like in front of a 7-Eleven, like just random spots.
Gas stations,
car
like, shop, anything. So that was another way that being in front of those little crowds and learning how to rock 18 people standing in front of me to give them a t-shirt while I'm trying to DJ and play records, that was another strength builder.
Because you could have crazy personality, and getting on the mic is a whole separate thing. Because I had to learn that through you and Echo, through Vice and Echo, because like they would always tell Cypher and I, like, yo, you guys need to be on the radio. And I didn't see it, but they knew us more than anyone, and they saw how, like, I guess funny we were, and just like, you know, we fit the demo for Power. They're like, bro, you guys need to be on the radio. So when we would like record, we try to sound like people on the radio, like Big Boy, Goodfellas, whatever. And then Vice would be like, nah, like, be yourself. Like, talk shit about Syph the way you talk shit about Syph on a regular. And like, Syph, do this to him the way you, like, just normal. And I didn't understand that. It's because it's the mic's on, it's the pressure's on. And you just, like you said, the shell just goes over. You're like, you don't know what to do. You freeze. Kind of freeze. Yeah, you freeze.
That other freeze moment, and I feel like it's always happened to all of us, and improv is another thing for me that helped me with this, is when the music goes out and your laptop crashes.
Oh my God.
And you have nothing
craziest.
but a microphone. And that happened to me in Marquee in Las Vegas, where I had to like rock the mic for like...
God, this just happened to me somewhere too, yeah.
Yeah, it's happened to me in so many cities.
Luckily,
where,
I was drunk and I was like...
That's when it's really the most important.
That's when
your laptop crashes,
when you test your skills.
You gotta like...
God, I don't remember what
and
the fuck
for me, like, the moments that has happened, it happened at me, I remember a good one was at... pool party, Vegas, 110 degrees outside, and my laptop sounds like it melts, right? It's like,
oh my God.
And I'm literally like, oh, here we go. And I'm like, and this is a crazy moment because I have my setup, the way I DJ is 2 CDJs hooked up to my Serato HID, and on the far left, I have a third CDJ that has a USB with an emergency crate. And one of the crates in the emergency crate is any song that starts off big to keep the crowd going. So I automatically grab the mic, make some noise, Las Vegas. And I reach over to the USB and I hit go, and that USB is not working.
Oh my God.
So now my laptop is crashed from the heat, and my USB is not starting up. So now I have to rock the mic for, this was probably like 2 minutes.
That's a lot.
Of talking and like trying to get everyone going. So I start off with the, oh. That goes for like 30 seconds. That burns out. And then I'm like, all right, we're set. And I'm literally on the mic for like close to 2 minutes, which feels like 2 hours, right?
Yeah, oh my God, that's like 2 hours.
So but that's like that mic skill that if you have that helps so much because everyone looks at you and at least you're giving it your all, you're entertaining rather than you just standing there and looking like a clown, like, I don't know, and hands in the air, like, not my fault.
Yeah,
and
you're
then
pointing at the sound guy, like
no one understands it unless they're a DJ. Like, oh, it's not his bad. The music cuts out because then
it's always your fault.
You getting booed.
No matter, when the music goes out, it's always the DJ's fault.
No matter
to
what.
The crowd, like they're just like looking at you, like what are you doing? They boo you. All right, so let's go back.
Yes.
Do you remember the first time you started using the mic? Was it on the radio or was it at gigs? Because I remember it because I've known you for a long time. But let's share that experience.
Yeah,
I remember the first time you used it on the radio.
Yes, I used it on the radio after I started getting comfortable with rocking the mic in the sense of learning like improv and doing all that. Then I would bring my own separate DJ mixer to Power 106 and I would connect it and I would do the microphone and rocking and like adding my own little echo effect because I liked it I liked my voice to not sound. I still felt like uncomfortable.
I think
because
this was big like New York mixtape days.
Yes,
so I know
heavy. Clue,
inspired by Clue. Yeah, Clue.
Inspired,
Clue.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure inspired by that. But I would add like a little echo effect. And whenever I would say like Vice, Holla Boys, it would like echo out like a little bit. So I'd have like at least some flavor to my microphone skills.
Yeah.
Even though I don't do that anymore.
So did you start using a mic on the radio first or clubs first?
No, I started going on the radio first because I was still.
So back then you were like a big radio DJ. Like
but
clubs weren't. Clubs kind of came from radio, like like you said, Peppers or QC.
Yeah, and I wasn't big on the microphone then yet until I got comfortable speaking on the microphone on the radio, and knowing that in my mind, using the fact that there's so many more people listening to me on the radio than in a nightclub. If I could do it on the radio, then I can do it in a nightclub.
Yeah, because radio was huge back then.
Yeah,
and
huge.
I think quickly after that, you guys were doing the mixtapes, the Holla Boy mixtapes, you and Echo, and then you guys were talking over those.
Yeah, mixtapes.
I think even Echo was talking on those shits.
Yeah, we're gonna pull that out.
I've never heard Echo on the mic.
That's what I'm saying. You know he doesn't get on the mic
at all,
but he was doing it.
Yeah. I have a question though for Five, jumping into like Vegas days, and the only person I saw when I first went to Vegas before I even had residencies was like Mr. Bob and Warren Peace.
And I came up under
and they
them.
were rocking it.
But Warren wasn't on the mic.
Right.
It was Bob.
So that's the difference. I saw Warren DJing and an MC, kind of very New York-ish almost in that sense,
and
right?
I never really paid attention to it because I was that dude. I was like, I speak with skills in my hands, whatever.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
They had a separate MC than a DJ,
and
right?
they had that party going for like 4 years. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
And then I would see Flex would come in, Cypher Sounds. Those dudes would be on the mic.
That was the first time for myself ever being at a club that I saw
actually,
rocking the mic.
Also, ROB in Hollywood too at the Palms.
Yes,
they were on the mic.
Yeah,
on some like more, more proper mic work.
Right.
Stuff.
Right.
But and then later on, Tao was.
Tao. I think the first time I played at Light though, I used the mic, and I remember maybe Neva and Eddie and some of these other guys were like, "Oh damn, you're using the mic," because West Coast DJs, and also West Coast DJs weren't mic guys.
Yeah.
New York DJs
it was a
were
very
Light
East Coast
Light didn't even have a mic. No, they didn't do mic.
I might have brought my own.
Oh wow. Yeah.
But in Vegas, when I met you early days, you weren't on the mic, right?
Hell no.
No.
So it was during. I mean, I would get drunk and get on the mic, like at Vanity or like Body English, whatever, just fucking around. But for real, like getting on the mic was during Tao days when you were already on the mic already, and Reach was doing shout. Reach was like a big mic dude.
Mic king.
So Omar was like, "Yo, you gotta get on the mic, do this shout out." So I started doing shout outs, and then I got started getting more brave or more alcohol.
Yeah, did it just come with time, like little by little, more?
Yeah, little by little, and then I would like take notes. I was like, "Yo, if you're with your best friend tonight, turn around and hug him." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." I'm gonna write this down.
Cool. Let's write that down. Turn around and hug him.
So I'll take mental notes or whatever, and then
I have a good tip that someone gave me about using the microphone properly.
Okay.
Pause on all those. It sounded like very like.
Let's hear it.
I was pretty drunk.
Yeah.
On a boat. On a yacht. Okay. Pretty drunk in the south of France. This is dead
Wow.
real. This is dead real. There's a random situation, and I was drinking tequila, and Ryan Seacrest was on the yacht.
Wow.
It's a true story. And I was sitting with him, and I asked him, I'm like, yo, bro, give me one piece of advice on using the mic and talking to crowds and skills. And because this is still early Vegas days. And he said, over pronunciate everything when you're talking to a crowd because they can't understand you. And I was like, wow, that's a dope. So like when I talk on the mic, I try to
speak English.
really pronunciate things so people hear what I'm saying because I'm about to drop their name.
If it's your birthday, make some noise.
But literally, because a lot of times, and I go, wow, that makes so much sense because I grew up going to so many hip hop shows and so many things. I'm like, what did they just say?
Yeah,
Is it because I have bad hearing, or I just say,
and then they're not going to get reaction because
I hear you out there. And I'm like, what did they just say? So like,
shit might sound cool, but I'm like, I don't know what he said, but he sounds cool as fuck.
But that was another reel. So like the acting thing and taking improv was a dope piece of advice, and that Ryan Seacrest piece of advice is a real piece of advice
That's crazy.
got because I'm not afraid to ask people for help on things or like, yo, like how could I do this better? You know what I mean? Like I literally am gonna get scratching lessons from DJ5 after this podcast.
Scratch video coming up.
Don't you have like a transformer triple click backward flare or something
That's
like that?
Corey. We'll get him out of the studio.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy how just part of DJing mic is now. Like, like you have to know how to be on the mic. And it's just, because of situations like you said, like the bottle presentations. Like the club's going to expect you to shout out so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. And if you just don't have any type of experience, like you're going to have a breakdown.
Bro, I just DJ'd as a guest DJ set for 5 hours, at my mother-in-law's 60th birthday party. And I had to rock the mic and get everybody moving at certain parts.
Wow.
So imagine the skills transition from marquee mic work or Miami or New York to Chicago. And then now I'm flipping the script and
tell everyone to do the
one.
electric slide.
Yeah, exactly. Macarena, chicken dance. I got it all. But I mean, it's only good to have that it's so good to have that in your arsenal
for sure.
in any situation. You know what I mean? To be on a podcast or to be on the radio or to be doing the Macarena and getting everybody in line to the chicken dance. So anyway, you can get that mic work in.
What's one good like piece of advice? Like for me, I remember the days where, DJing La Mirage, like I couldn't even pick up the mic to say last call for alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't do it. I'd have someone else do it.
I hate doing
Dead
that though,
ass,
because
bro.
I feel like such a bum out when I say that. Like they look at me like, "Damn, really, bro?"
Yeah,
but
but
back in the day,
but this is
I was
so
like,
long ago.
"Damn,
Yeah.
why do I gotta say
The
that?
bad
bro?"
news. Get people the bad news.
Hit you with the bad news.
Bro, that's the worst
DJs
one.
out there, just make an auto drop where you don't even say it. It's just like last call for alcohol.
Yeah, bro.
That's it, or something like that.
I used to
it's
use
on the HMC site. Download it.
I used to use the R. Kelly clip till he got canceled. But you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Now I had to delete that shit out of Serato.
You should have that on the HMC site. The bum out drop sets.
Seriously.
Yeah.
No, but I remember that. But for me, what helped me was obviously the radio days. I had so much experience in radio where that helped me so much.
Yeah.
But I think for people that don't have that access, I mean, dude, start a podcast. Even if you're afraid to start a podcast because you might feel like you won't get an audience. Who cares? It's practice.
Yeah. It's practice.
Like, look at what Vice. Vice went and did improv. Like, what?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Ask Ryan Seacrest. Not that many people will have access to Ryan Seacrest on a yacht in the south of France drinking. He said tequila, but I'm pretty sure
He said a boat first. Try to
I'm
downplay
pretty
it.
sure it was
This is a long
champagne.
time ago, but honestly, shouts to Ryan.
Definitely
He drank
rosé.
tequila.
Was he?
Wow.
But yeah, there's ways to just
Go
kind
out
of
and listen, like,
go do karaoke with your friends.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just get comfortable
Yo,
with the mic.
karaoke.
Straight
There you
up.
go.
If you can do karaoke with your friends, that's a good warm up right there, right?
Unless you
Like,
don't know how to read, then
Karaoke's scary.
can't help you.
we know these songs so well. If you've ever done hip hop karaoke, it's still so hard.
Bro, I was at Blind Dragon like a year or two ago on my birthday, and I was trying to do Hotline Bling.
Wow.
And I was like, yo, motherfuckers say Drake can't sing until you try to sing his song.
Wow.
Try to sing Hotline Bling. I'm serious, bro. Like karaoke with just the instrumental.
Let's do that
It's
here
not
one night with
easy.
this
You
HMC
forgot about Dre,
backdrop.
man. Eminem's part.
Hip hop karaoke at the HMC.
I'm talking about trying to be in key.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't sing.
They don't have auto tune.
Nah. But yeah, karaoke's a good way. Podcasts, even if you don't put them up to for people, just listen to them yourself.
Yeah.
Just practice. Like,
Yeah, straight up.
because nowadays you need to be on the mic.
Yep.
You
And you
have
never
to.
know where it could take you. It can get you in different gigs and different situations, and you might be, DJing a corporate event, and they have you, and you become that good on the mic, and you're rocking the mic. They're like, hey, can we have you host this or that?
What if you're in a
more money for you.
situation? What if you're in a situation where the owner or party planner or manager tells you to say something on the mic and you can't do it?
Yeah.
Chances are you're done.
Yeah,
you're not
more
coming
gigs
back.
after that. Yeah.
The next guy that does that gig is going to be a mic DJ. He's going to have mic work, and he took your job.
I like
That's it.
that some of the easy steps, just to like kind of circle back and some of the stuff. Some of the easy steps is start a podcast with the homies, talk to your friends, be the host of it, karaoke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
practice at
5 Star
home.
with just birthday shout outs, practice at home in front of the mirror, however you got to do it. It's just practice.
For real.
Yeah, you just got to
Just
do
practice.
it. You just got to go. Like, honestly, like, don't overthink it.
Yep.
Like, you don't sound as bad as you think.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone hates their own voice, but
Everybody hates
no
their
one
own
cares.
voice, but
My voice cracks still sometimes. I mean, like, I might have been on the mic 3 nights in a row, and the 4th, and I was like,
Yeah.
they hit those notes, and like, oh, sorry.
my only piece of advice is don't yell.
Yes.
I hear a lot of DJs like yelling stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, this
Don't
sounds
get too
pretty crazy.
drunk where you're on the mic for like every other
That
song.
happens.
Yeah. Don't do too much mic
Happened to
work.
me this weekend, so yeah.
Well,
Got some
yeah.
complaints.
Yo, I complain about 5 sometimes. Saying dumb shit. Like, get this guy off the mic, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
It happens to me too. All right.
Yeah, well, I hope that helped. Go take some improv. I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Somebody
start
say
the
scream.
podcast.
But unfortunately, like
Somebody say scream.
somebody, it's just part of the game, man. And either adapt or get left behind.
I like
I guess,
that.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right.
HMC Pod coming to a wrap.
Yes, sir. Vice. Thank you.
HMC Podcast, all caps.
All caps.
Thanks for the intro, by the way.
Yeah, man.
Yee.